A lot of people did a double take while driving by the new Sanford hospital, and you can see why. Check this out. Superman, Spiderman, Batgirl, and Mr. Incredible made their way down the walls of the hospital in South Fargo yesterday to surprise and hopefully bring smiles to the faces of children who are patients at the hospital. Superman says it's a great morale boost for the families who are going through difficult times in their lives. Hi again and good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. We're just getting started with our nonstop news and weather to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. More than a few people around the FM area are complaining about spring construction headaches. And now the city of Moorhead is giving a local contractor the go-ahead to work overnight on the Southeast Main Underpass project. The request was made at last night's council meeting to speed up work on the $66 million project and prevent it from shutting down roads into next year. The overnight shifts will reportedly start June 4th. A North Dakota man is in serious condition after a crash into two power poles and a utility box. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says 44-year-old Justin Drake of Litchville lost control of his pickup around 2 a.m. yesterday in Valley City, hit and sheared off two power poles, then hit a parked vehicle before coming to rest on top of an electric power box. Public Works had to shut power off in the area before Drake could be rescued. He was airlifted to a Fargo hospital. 5 people are dead and 1 person is unaccounted for after 2 float planes carrying passengers from a cruise excursion collided mid-air in Alaska. Princess Cruise Lines confirms the victims were 4 cruise goers and 1 pilot. The planes collided mid-air yesterday afternoon about 8 miles from Ketchikan in the southeast part of the state. 9 minutes before 7, let's get a check of our storm team forecast on this Tuesday morning.
Good morning. We are starting off with sunny skies and conditions that are pretty mild to begin our morning here in Fargo. We're looking at some 40s and 50s to start off this morning, and we'll build off of that back into some 70s in the Southern Valley. We're looking at Fargo and points basically south of Highway 2 getting into the upper 60s and low 70s. A little cooler up north with wind shifting to a northerly direction into the teens and some gusts into the 20s. And the reason it may end up being cooler up north is because of what we're seeing right here. We've got some cloud cover draped over that northern part of the valley along a front that will be very slow to move southward here today. And with it, there are some spotty areas of showers in northeastern North Dakota and back over into parts of northwest Minnesota. Very light stuff, but still they're out there. And gradually this will drop to the south as we head into the afternoon. So anywhere we have clouds, just be ready for some sprinkles underneath those here today. Our temperatures are 40s and 50s. Again, it's 53 degrees in Fargo, 51 in Grand Forks. And you can see that wind already changing up in Hallock and over toward Langdon. We're looking at some winds gusting into the 20s right now out of the north. So today, just some clouds passing by, maybe a sprinkle. Tomorrow, it's a different story. We have risk for severe weather returning for Wednesday. This is going to be tomorrow, late tomorrow night and into early Thursday. So during those late night hours, anywhere in this deep green, that's where we're under a marginal risk for severe weather, meaning we'll have some storms and some of them, maybe 1 or 2, become severe with some large hail and potentially some damaging wind. So this could be our first severe weather event of the season. Again, tomorrow night and into early Thursday. Temperatures should remain mild for the next several days. We're looking at some 70s, but as we head into the weekend, just in time for the marathon and the races, we're looking at the potential for some significant rain starting up on Friday, but especially into Saturday and Sunday. With windy conditions too, we could end up with 2 to 3 inches of rain in some spots, depending on the track of the low. It's still several days away. Things could change here, but we're looking at the potential for some soggy conditions this weekend. We'll have more on that as it gets closer. Let's check in now with Al for a traffic update.
Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, everyone. We're on Interstate 94 this morning. I went down to Cheyenne Street to check things there. I don't know if they're getting ready to do a concrete pour there or what, but there's all kinds of trucks and activity and people up on the interstate road surface there. So make sure you're looking out for that, particularly if you're coming off Cheyenne Street. And Cheyenne Street traffic coming from the south is very, very heavy this morning, of course. So is traffic on 32nd and 26th Avenues West as well because of the other construction that's going on down there. Out here on the interstate, things are really rolling along this morning. A lot of traffic out here as well. Interstate 94 westbound is a little bit busier than eastbound I-94, but both of them have plenty of action, and that's for sure. We have that stalled car. In fact, I'm just passing it right now. Eastbound I-94 just between Vets and 45th, a little bit closer to 45th than Vets. Make sure that you're looking out for it. No lights, no flashers there. Interstate 29 traffic is brisk this morning as well, particularly northbound, and of course that big 10th Street project. You lose a lane between 2nd Avenue North and 12th Avenue North. Drive carefully today, and always careful in these work zones. Willamette Valley today traffic. What day is today? It's Tuesday, Taco Tuesday at Taco John, so lay the day.
It's now 6 minutes before 7. Wall Street is hoping to recover from one of its worst days of the year. The Dow lost 617 points yesterday, and the Nasdaq fell 269. The sell-off is because of the escalating trade war between the U.S. and China. Last week, the U.S. hiked tariffs on $200 billion worth of Chinese imports. And then yesterday, Beijing announced plans for retaliatory tariffs on $60 billion worth of American-made goods, effective June 1st. A suspect is on the loose after getting away from police in 2 different pursuits in 3 different counties. It started yesterday as an attempted traffic stop in East Grand Forks, then moved into Grand Forks, where it was called off for safety reasons. Traill County deputies later spotted the suspect vehicle and tried stopping it. The chase headed down gravel roads and through a cornfield before the car got stuck when the driver tried crossing the Goose River. The driver took off on foot. A canine and drone search of the area came up empty. Police don't think the suspect is a threat to the public, but they are urging people to lock their doors and take their keys out of their vehicles. We have new information today on a shooting in Mahnomen, Minnesota that we first told you about here on the Valley Today yesterday morning. Police now confirm 22-year-old Chase Gagnon is in jail, suspected of firing 11 rounds from a pistol along Main Street Sunday night. They say he shot in random directions, but there's no clear motive for the shootings. Luckily, no one was hurt. Teacher contracts are still at a standstill between Fargo Public Schools and the Teachers Union. And the sticking points are familiar ones: salary and safety. The majority of last night's discussion centered on teacher safety in the classroom. The Fargo Education Association is looking for it to become part of teacher contracts for more consistency and assured accountability from the district. But the board said it's saying no and will continue to say no to having it placed into labor contracts, just as they have in the past. The FEA is demanding that the board come back with a counteroffer proposal, as they are not willing to accept theirs. If you're planning to run in this weekend's Fargo Marathon, keep your eyes on the road for potholes along certain stretches. People we talked with say they understand how winter can do a number on the roads, but they also know when there's a tight crowd, it's easy to step into a pothole. Fargo Public Works says they're patching holes in the road through Friday of this week. It's getting closer to swimsuit season, and a lot of people are putting in the extra time at the gym to make sure they look their best out on the water this summer. The Valley Today's Abby Furchner is helping us out this morning with some advice from the experts. Good morning, Abby.
Yeah, good morning, Lisa. I'm here with Carla Wolford, the EHP CrossFit owner here in Moorhead. And we've been talking all morning about what exercises to do at the gym, how to mix it up, but what are some things you're going to want to avoid to try to get swimsuit season ready?
Abby, I think the biggest thing is don't compare yourself to others. And you have to realize that we're all on our own separate journey, and everybody's got their own goals and their own life. And I think the biggest thing is comparison is the root of all evil. And so we really try and talk to our members coming into our new program Elevate, or our CrossFit members, don't compare yourself to others. Use them as your motivation to succeed and to do better, but really stay away from that comparison.
I love that, because I know sometimes when I go to the gym, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're doing this better than I'm doing this. And it can really be destructive to your own journey. But what are some ways that you want to mix it up at the gym, make sure you're getting your best results?
You know, we talked a little about the movements last time, but being able to put those movements in with some different type of cardio. I think sometimes people just result in, I'm just going to do cardio, I'm going to sit on the elliptical for 30 minutes, but your body becomes acclimated. So change it up, like go to a spin class, go for a run outside, sprints, like do the things that scare you, because the things that scare you usually are what happens when you make the most change.
And I know that there was this pull exercise. You went for a full pull up, and I was like, oh my gosh, no. But this is one way you can get some of that, some of those weights in, I guess.
Yeah, so this is a modification for a pull-up if you can't quite do pull-ups yet.
Okay, so we're gonna do that to wrap up the segment here and see if I can do it.
Abby Furchner getting her morning workout in and getting some personal coaching as well. Good stuff. I think she's going to feel that tomorrow. Thank you, Abby. Let's get her answered out to our question of the morning on Facebook. Today's question: according to a new study, the average adult hasn't done this in 5 years. The answer? Made a new friend. Maybe you just have good old ones,
That's true.
because otherwise that seems sad.
I was going to say.
All right, so we have a pretty nice day on the way.
Yeah, great day for getting out and making friends.
There you go.
There you go. We're looking at temperatures into the 70s this afternoon with some mostly sunny skies. There are some clouds moving through from north to south today that might produce a couple of sprinkles, but other than that, looking good.
The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but remember, the Valley Today rolls on. You can join us right